I have tried to film this video like 3 times now. The first one, I cried throughout the whole thing, and then it didn't record. I mean, it recorded, but the sound didn't record because I was in my car, and when you're plugged into your car, sometimes the sound doesn't work on your phone. I have no idea, but it was such a good video, minus me crying through it. But here we are. We are on another coffee and chat, or whatever drink of your preference. I have coffee today. I've been kind of having a moment just with, for those who follow me on Instagram, you may know that I've had a ton of hair loss in the last year, like literally more than half my head of hair. You can easily go back in old videos of mine and see the difference, but this is it. I know I was super blessed that I already had an intense amount of hair that a lot of people can't notice it, and like I can. So and it's still like shedding, just not, I wouldn't say it's like excessive, but now it's probably normal, and I'm just like paranoid about it because I don't want to lose any more. And I'm probably losing a good, you know what they say, 100 strands a day or whatever. So if you have ever lost hair or went through this kind of thing, I feel you 100%. Anyways, if you're new, I am Nikki. I am a homeschool mom, and I've kind of created this little mini series to just like have these little chit chats on a specific topic. I'm trying to make them shorter. I just have a problem with talking too much. If those who know me know that I like to talk, so it's been a little difficult to get them in the short range, but I'm trying my best. So hit the subscribe button. I would be so ever thankful as I am trying to grow my channel. So hit the subscribe, hit the bell, leave me a comment, get that algorithm going. But let's get into it. So I have 5 tips for you today on how you can rekindle your homeschool, just ways to kind of spruce it up, to change things, to get your love of learning back. I just want to realize that I never cleared up my explanation for me crying through a whole video and trying to film this a couple times. The reason that I cried through the video is because when I first initially was starting to film this a while ago, I was going through a moment where I really wanted to give this advice and be authentic and give these great tips on how you can spruce up your homeschool. And in the moment, I felt like they weren't accurate for me and that I couldn't get them to work. But what I just shortly discovered is that they do work. They do work. It's just a moment, and sometimes we're going to have those moments and these things aren't going to be helpful. And then once that moment comes down and we incorporate them, they tend to work. I was having a really bad week when I was trying to film this, so I apologize if that was confusing and I didn't clarify it, but here's your explanation for why I was in tears. If you suffer from those periods of seasons of time where this happens to you, then maybe this video is for you, or it might be a future video for you, because I feel like everyone will eventually go through this like season of time. So number 1, add interest-based learning. I feel like a lot of people don't really understand what that concept truly means. Give your child the freedom to choose what they want to learn. What are they drawn to? Maybe it's art. Maybe it's Pokemon. Maybe it's the presidents. Maybe it's the elections. Maybe it's nature. Let them guide you on some of this, because that is where their true learning is going to happen and what they're interested in. You know, like we constantly look back on for those of us who were public school educated, and we're like, what did we learn? Like, why don't we remember anything? And it's because we weren't interested in it, and we only really remember the things that were either really drilled into our head or was you were interested in that subject or topic. So do more of interest-based learning, even if it's an add-on, even if that's the only thing you do that day. Do it. I promise you won't regret it. Number 2, shake up your routine. Do something different. Maybe you have a day like a Tuesday where you do something completely random, or you have it be riddle day. You know, like create something fun and unique and different, and shake up the routine a little bit, and just get that little bit of a shift, so that it can broaden, and kind of like I said with that interest space, like it's kind of along the same thing, but like this is creating just like a difference in a different way, because you need that balance. You need to not stay the same all the time. Sometimes you need a unit study to break it up, or you know, we're in the month of November, maybe we need a Thanksgiving fun activity to break it up. That, you know, we're so drilled in on our normal set routine that we forget some of these things. Like breaking that routine with fun themes or special projects, or maybe as hands-on Wednesday, where everything on Wednesday is fully hands-on. Just switch it up. Number 3, incorporate other social activities in your learning. Maybe that means attending a co-op, attending a library program, a group, a new group. Say you've been going to the same homeschool group. Maybe there's another one that you've been wanting to try and you haven't, because you've just been satisfied with the one that you're in. It doesn't mean that you have to keep going back or keep attending, but just like try something different. Try to get another social aspect in. And maybe they'll thrive, maybe you'll thrive, and then together you'll thrive as a homeschool family. Sometimes learning with peers or engaging in groups like that and learning in a different environment can be just what is needed to change some of the things in your own homeschool. Number 4, set small goals and celebrate them. I feel like we always have these big goals in our mind when it comes to our homeschool, and we need to stop doing that and really get on the whole small goal mindset. Maybe that means, you know, we're gonna learn just our 5 multiplication tables this week, and at the end of this week, if we've mastered it and we can do it, then we're gonna go get ice cream, or we're gonna get a new sticker pack. Celebrate the small wins, because often the pressure is a lot on us and on kids, and they don't necessarily see those small wins enough, because we're on to the next thing and on to the next thing. That's just the way our society is. Positive reinforcement keeps motivation high. Just saying. And lastly, number 5, make learning more game-like. Buy a new game off Amazon, rent one from the library, go to Five Below, have them pick out something different, and I guarantee you will learn something from it. Games are a great way to incorporate into your homeschool. There are tons of educational ones. There are tons of educational ones that are really fun. We've recently got into Brain Box, and this is the time traveler one. And it's a 10-minute like challenge, and you just go through the cards. It's like a memory kind of game, and it's been so fun, and so fun to kind of look at the pictures and figure out what went on back in whatever time that was in the past. So that's been a really fun way to add into our school. We also have these deck of cards from Waldockway, where it's like every random question you can think of with a QR code. Like, learn something different, incorporate something different in your homeschool. And that is all I have for you today. If you like this video, I would love it if you had other tips or comments to leave for me, or if you have other topics you want me to tackle in these coffee and chats. And I will see you